record to this computer, and we are going live. How exciting is this, my friends? It's redirecting us. However, I'm sure you're going to begin to see us going live on Facebook. I'm just going to wait for it officially to show me that we're live, and then I'm going to introduce okay. We are live. Welcome back to 15 Minutes of Love. I am so honored and excited to share with you all the beautiful soul that is Mio Santana. Mio, thank you for being
Well,
here. For those of you who don't
for
know,
having me.
my pleasure. So for those of you who have never been here with us live before, this is 15 Minutes of Love. I created this group in reaction to what's happening in the world and my reflection of George Orwell's 1984, where everyone was in the vibration of 2 minutes of hate. And we're doing this to create a new movement of 15 minutes of love. And so I'm so excited to have Mio here today because her topic is consciousness is the new currency. And a little bit about Mio is she's a transformational coach and she is the founder of the Divine Journey coaching program. So Mio, I'd love for you to introduce yourself a little bit more and to tell us in this group what you define love to be.
Hi. Well, thank you so much, Ilona, for having me. I'm so honored to be here with these 15 minutes of love. I think it's so important to be a catalyst to help raise the vibration of the planet right now. I think it's so essential to be creating this vibration. So I focus on, in my work, I focus on divine feminine and divine masculine energies and teaching on those energies and showing people how to balance those energies that we carry within us and how to harmonize our relationships with others. So this topic of love is something that's really dear to my heart. It permeates everything that I work on because the vibration of love is the highest vibration that we can achieve as human beings. And so when you're vibrating in love, all you can attract is love and that type of frequency. But unfortunately now with everything that we're going through in society and in the culture and in the world, we're seeming to be vibrating at a fear level, at a fear consciousness. So that's why I'm so excited to come on today and speak with you. And for me, love, like I said, it's the highest frequency, it's the highest vibration. But the way that I define love is like the air we breathe. Love is everything and has always been and will always be. So love was here, for me, love was here before anything was created, before the universe was created, before the earth was created. Love is just something that's in ourselves. Like, it's not an item to give or to take. It's not a possession. Love is just something that we get to access, that is part of us, that is just infiltrated in us. So when you start from that context, then from there you can just create magic.
That is beautiful. And a couple of things that come up for me when I hear you say that are two things. First, the quote from A Course in Miracles that only love is real. So that's something that I have really led my life by for the past few years, that only anything that vibrates to that feeling of love is a reality. Everything is a projection of our mind. Oh darn it, and I forgot the second thing that I was going to say, but like I really love this idea that that when we are connected to the vibration of love, that's where we can create possibilities.
Exactly. And because if you think about it, if you're in the vibration of fear, you're only attracting, because the whole, rewind to, let's say, 10-15 years ago when the whole book The Secret came out. That was like this huge sensation and everybody was like, oh my God, The Secret. The main essence of The Secret was about the law of attraction,
Right.
which means like attracts like. But they didn't take it a step further to describe how vibrational frequency works. And so if you're vibrating in the fear level, you're going to be attracting the same from around you. So people that are like, man, nothing seems to go right for me. Everything, I'm in the dumps and I just keep on coming across the same thing over and over. And people keep breaking up with me and I keep losing my job. And what I want to help people see is that it's coming from you. To take people out of the victim consciousness into the creator consciousness. And so when you start accessing love, you start digging your way out of that fear little by little. And one of the ways that you can access love on a daily basis is by practicing gratitude. It's
Mm.
so simple and so cliche, but it's so powerful. If you could start thinking of one thing you could be grateful for versus one thing that you don't have or you're unhappy about, it'll transform your life. It worked for me. It's worked for millions of people. It's a phenomenal way to raise your vibration.
And I can't help but think about when, as you're saying this, like the idea of gratitude creates an energy, a frequency that allows you to access things in abundance, where, because what I'm hearing is that when you're not in this frequency, you're attracting lack, and fear, right? And so what I'm hearing is kind of to what your topic is, that consciousness is a new currency, that these type of states bring you to the frequency of possibilities of abundance, of currency. So I'd love to get started on your topic and tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So, this is this is a term that my mentor uses when she speaks. She says consciousness is your currency. And when she first said it to me, it really hit me in the heart. And I was like, wow, it completely changed the game for me, because I was thinking this whole time that currency and money and value was something outside of me. And so
Mm,
when she said consciousness is my currency, I thought of it as I have consciousness, I have knowledge, I have wisdom, I have a spirit, I have a soul. So I have it within me. And so, none of us were expecting this to happen. Like everything that we've been going through lately with the virus, with the pandemic, it's
right.
been really hard on a lot of people. And a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people have shifted their jobs to work from home, or are have been reduced hours, or completely changed their livelihoods. And so this message is so powerful at this time, because what I want to really convey to people is that you can continue to make money, because money is something that we ourselves created. So if you think about it, when you ask, what is money, right? Okay, money is paper, money is a dollar bill, or any type of bill. Money is a type of currency, money is a coin, money is digitized with crypto and things like that. Um, but all these things are things that we created with what? With our own consciousness. So we created this form of exchange. In the beginning of time, it was barter. It was like, I have 10 widgets. I'm going to trade with you for your 10, something else. And so that's how we began. And so this whole concept, we were the ones that created it, but through time, it has become something that is like externalized. It's like this thing over there. Money is like this thing over there that we don't have access to on a daily basis. So
Mm,
when you open your wallet and you don't see a dollar bill in there, you automatically go into scarcity, and you think that you don't have value, that you don't have abundance, that you don't have money. But all those things that we were talking about that are money were all created from consciousness. And we have consciousness, overflowing consciousness within us. So in reality, that dollar, like that, the thing that we thought was the unit, the dollar, is not the dollar. The unit is the consciousness.
wow, that's like a holy shift right there.
Yeah. So money is not really our currency. Our currency right now at this time is accessing our consciousness and creating from that state.
And I love, because we had to, like, when you presented this topic, we shared a little bit back and forth. And for all of you who know me on Instagram, I'm obsessed with words. And I looked up the root word, the etymology root of currency, and currency comes from currens, or it's Latin, like current, and it means to run. And when we thought about it, I thought about like the frequency, the energy of flow. It actually means to flow or to run. And so I thought about, like, wow, if we were to shift out of the use of the word money and really connect with currency as a flow of abundance, then it would really allow us to tap into that which you're talking about, like this consciousness, this flow of consciousness that allows us to be connected to possibilities of always being in creation of what we need and creating what we need. And I was thinking about how when I think of current, I also think of like an electrical socket, and how the moment we plug into the current, the electrical current, we get the energy, we get the flow, we get the what we want to create, which is light or something to turn on. And what I'm hearing from you is when we can access currency, abundance, as connecting to the flow in our consciousness, then we can begin to flow with abundance there too.
Exactly. And so when you connect to your consciousness, your plug, your outlet, which is you, which is whether your heart, your spirit, your higher guides, your whatever moves you inside, when you connect with that, from there you can start to create. And so you open yourself to possibilities, because money, like, I am money, you know, like my consciousness says that I am money, I am abundance, I am wealth, I am everything. So you open yourself up to all the avenues and all the possibilities that can come your way. So when you
Right.
open your wallet, you might not see $1 there, but who knows, maybe there's a check being deposited into your account as we speak. Maybe somebody's sending you a PayPal. Maybe you have money in your Venmo that you haven't transferred yet and you just have it sitting there. I mean, there's so many like ways that money can be in your environment. But if you're only focusing on what you don't have and looking at your wallet at the money that's not there, that's all you're going to continue creating.
Yeah, and that, for those of you who know me, I'm also a self-compassion coach, and it really reminds me of over-identification versus mindfulness. When we over-identify with the small little details that are bogging us down, rather than like going big picture and really being mindful, what's really at play, what's really happening all
Yes.
around, then we're not able to connect to that current in our consciousness to create possibilities and opportunities, right? So it all comes, I love how we can also take academic frameworks and connect them to spiritual frameworks and just show how it all just aligns.
Yeah. And if you think about it, Ilona, before money was invented, before exchange or barter was invented, the
Hmm.
earth like was here and was functioning and was operating without any kind of currency, without any, and it was just a perfect symphony, a perfect flow, a perfect ebb and flow of all natural causes, of everything that needed to happen. Every nourishment that needed to happen was just naturally occurring. When an animal, or when we, before we started bartering, when we needed food, we found food. When we
Mm,
needed shelter, we found shelter. It was all available to us. Everything has always been available to us.
we've always been in the
We're the
currency.
ones, yeah, we're the ones that think it hasn't been. When you were in your mother's womb for 9 months, everything was provided for you. You didn't have to think about your nutrients. You didn't have to think about your vitamins, your growth, your mind, your heart,
Uh,
nothing. It was all provided to you. So why do we think now, once we're born and walking the earth, that it's any different?
Something that comes up for me as you say that, also because I'm very aware of like the energy in my body, like the chakra reflections, is there was such a sense of safety when you said when you were in your mother's womb you didn't have to worry, like the sense of like we are safe. Like, and there were conditions and where people in the past, even when they had a child they were nurturing in their womb, they were unsafe, but the child was always safe and protected for, even though the mother may have felt that something wasn't always
Yes.
provided for. So if we consider, almost like what's coming up for me is like, if we consider the earth as our mother overall at large, you know, as long as we connect to that, we are safe and we are protected when we connect to that energy.
Exactly right. And so that translates into where is our home now? Our home is the Mother Earth. And so, like I said before, when we were Neanderthals walking the earth, when we were, in the Stone Age, we didn't have bartering or exchange or currency or money like we think of it today. We just had our will, our intention, our skills. We
Yeah.
learned things. We learned different things. So when we needed fire, we learned how to build fire.
Hmm.
So now, in today's terms, a lot of us are going to have to learn how to build fires.
Hmm.
A lot of us are going to have to learn how to make shelter. A lot of
Yeah.
us are going to have to learn, but as a metaphor for learning different things that you have within you, like
Yeah.
not even learning, but just letting those things come out. Some an accountant might become an artist. um, a teacher might become a speaker.
Oh, I love this. Yeah,
uh,
like this opportunity of like when you're connected. Sorry, I just get really excited because I'm feeling the energy that comes up for me is when you're connected to the current, you can always pivot to what's necessary and what's safe and what will protect you and what will provide for you.
and connect to your flow and to the flow of the universe.
Mm.
Because Carl Jung said, what you resist persists. And so if you're resisting this change and this shift that's happening on the planet right now, if you're in resistance mode, guess what? You're going to get more of that, more of the same. So if you release that and let go and let the flow occur, all of a sudden you're going to be moved into another reality where you're going to get clients for something that you don't even know. You know, you're going to remember a skill that you had. Somebody from 20 years ago is going to call you and say, remember that talk you did or whatever, and you're going to do that. Or who knows, there's going to be so many different opportunities that you may not be open to because you're so stuck on the resistance of what's happening.
I love that. I love that. So as we come to a close of the 15 minutes, because I'm so excited, I don't want this to end, but I do want to see if there are any comments. And what comes up for me is, I don't know if there are any questions or comments, but what comes up for me is, if someone's watching the replay and they're like, well, I don't feel safe. I don't feel that I'm safe in connecting to the consciousness as currency because we're so stuck in the idea that the current paradigm of money is currency. What advice would you give to that person to begin to lean into
Yeah,
consciousness as
absolutely. And that's a really powerful question and an important question. And the first thing I would say is, you're in your head. You
currency?
have to drop down into your heart. You've
Mm,
got to start taming your thoughts and diving deep into your heart, into what your heart feels. And so one of the ways to do that is by practicing gratitude. So picking 5 things that you're grateful for at that moment, and that'll bring you to the present moment. Being grateful for the air that you're breathing,
mm,
thinking about, I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat, I have internet to watch this video, I have a device, I have friends, I have family, whatever it is for you. You know, pick 5 things, and that'll bring you to the present moment. And then breathe into your body and allow your body to tell you what it's feeling. Your body may be tired. You may be feeling hysteria and frantic because your body is burnt out. You're tired. You may need to rest, or you may need to go for a walk, or you may need to eat a nourishing meal. So listening to your body, and also the second thing I would recommend highly is, we all know the news. We all know that the news is repeated in the morning, it's repeated in the afternoon, and it's repeated at night. So why do we need to listen to the news for 12 hours in a row? So
mm,
if you need to listen to the news, listen to it in the morning, get your facts, then unplug from it. Catch up again in the afternoon for a few minutes, get what you need, and then unplug from it again. And then
beautiful.
maybe if you need to at night and you need to see something else, do it. But don't be stuck on the news, because the news is a device that was created to sell to the mass media, to sell to the mass public, and to proliferate and to market things. So like, you don't want to get caught up in that hysteria and that craziness that's happening there.
Right. And can I just reflect what almost like what I'm hearing is 2 things, right? Like when we think of consciousness as currency, and currency equals the flow, and we're kind of comparing it to being in an electrical socket that we're plugging something into. What I'm hearing is, for those who feel unsafe in connecting to consciousness as currency, your 2 pieces of advice is, 1, connect to your heart, plug into the flow of your inner heart, your inner wisdom, and 2, learn to unplug from electrical sources that are overloading you with things that are maybe burning you out rather than feeding you up.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Awesome.
100%.
Awesome. I'm just gonna throw the question out there. I see we've got like 4 people, like 2 to 4 people, depending on where the live is telling me. Just want to see if
Awesome.
there's any questions, if anyone has any questions about consciousness as currency. And really, as we wait for a possible question, I would love to have you tie this together on to the vibrational frequency of love. So we're understanding that currency is a flow, we choose to see abundance as currency rather than the words that we've created and the constructs that we've created. How do you see this tapping into raising the vibrational frequency of love?
So on an individual level, if you're connecting to your heart source and you're connecting to your consciousness and really coming from the present moment, you're uplifting your vibration. Therefore, on a collective level, you're supporting the collective to raise its vibration. So
Mm.
it all starts from within. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. So if you want to see a peaceful, healthy, vibrant world, then start to become peaceful,
Oh,
healthy, and vibrant within you.
Right.
Don't depend on the TV. Don't depend on the news sources. Don't depend on the government. Don't depend on exterior sources. Depend on you. You are the creator. You are the universe. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm of the
Yeah.
universe. You as a
Yeah.
human being are whole, perfect, and complete, and you are divine. That's why my company is called Divine Journey, because everyone is on a divine journey. You as a human being are divine. And if you say so, it shall be. So
Awesome.
create what you want.
Powerful declarations. And I just want to reflect, Maggie said that those are some nice connections we made. So this is definitely landing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. So if we don't have any questions, I think that is all. Do you have any final reflections or advice or things that you'd like to share with the audience, Mio?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me be a part of this. It's so amazing to share this information and to get the word out on this type of work. And if anyone has any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at miosantana.com or on Instagram, mio_Santana. And then also, just so people know, in case you want to dive more into this work, into energetic work, I'm having a workshop tomorrow, Saturday the 28th at 7 p.m. It's a virtual workshop, so pants are optional. And it's a co-ed workshop, men and women, and we're going to be talking about taking your vibration from fear to love, and also diving into the divine feminine and divine masculine energies and how those work. So definitely, I invite you to come to that. It's going to be amazing.
Awesome. And I'll just ask for you to plug that stuff in the comment section for the video below. Also, if anyone has questions, you can also plug them into this the thread for the video, so that both Mio and I can respond and share, because I'm sure some of you will be catching this on the replay and we'll be really happy to share with you. This will also be going up on YouTube. So if on YouTube, feel free to plug into the comment section there and we will make sure to respond.
Amazing.
All right, and I'm so excited. I just have to say, we definitely connected to the currency and the flow of being able to go live with Facebook. So I'm really excited
Yes.
to be a reflection of that consciousness and connection. Not that the other ones weren't, but just we finally were able to connect, and I'm really excited that we got to go live with this. So thank you, Mia. And I can't wait to see how your event goes and to see what responses we have from our audience moving forward.
And you have a workshop tomorrow too, no?
Oh, that's right. I do. I have a free workshop on Zoom. I'll be dropping links below, and it's all about, getting people clear on what's happening for them right now. A lot of people said that they were going to get us all clear for 2020, and I feel like the world right now seems to feel less clear than ever before. And so just kind of a collective conversation on what are we not clear on, and how can we create opportunities to move forward with? How can we get clear to have a plan moving forward? So get ready for a lot of link drops right now, but we're here to support, and I think that's the most beautiful thing that has happened. I think we're in a currency and a flow of people stepping up, people being of contribution, be people really connecting in all the ways. So that
Yes.
is it for today. Thank you, Mio, once again, and remember, only love is real.
Yeah.
Good one, guys.